From South Carolina Public Radio, this is Who, What, When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. This week we're celebrating spooky season with an episode all about the spookiest of holidays. You know it. You love it. It's Halloween.
That's right, Brand. Coming up later this hour, we'll test your Halloween history knowledge, see how much of a candy expert you are, I know you are, and hear 3 stories from history about ghosts, grave robbers, and haunted houses, but only 2 are true. Can you guess my lie?
Oh, I can't wait, Dan. Do you want to join us for these games? All you can do is call or text us. 803-470-6347. That's 803-470-6347. Or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org. You're gonna get a shot at the title of Who, What, When Chamber of the Week and our very special trophy, a very spooky trophy this week, the Who, What, When Fanny Pack.
Stakes couldn't be higher, Brand. Brand, happy Halloween, buddy.
You too, Dano.
Yeah, what are you dressing up as for All Hallows Eve this year?
I'm glad you asked, Dan. I'm going as my childhood hero, Timmy Thomas. What about you?
That's a great question, Brand. I'm going to dress up as myself for the 42nd consecutive year to go trick-or-treating with my boys.
Yes, congratulations, Mr. Too Cool for School.
What do you mean?
Let me ask you something, Dan. You said All Hallows Eve earlier in your question. Why is it called that?
Glad you caught that, Brand. That was important. And in Western Christianity, Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve, a sacred day celebrated as the evening before All Hallows Day, also known as All Saints Day, and that is followed by All Souls Day. In this tradition, Halloween is the start of All Hallowtide, the time of year when the church honors saints, martyrs, and all of the faithful who have passed away. Over time, as the English language has evolved, particularly in Scotland, All Hallows Eve became Halloween.
That is very interesting, Dan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome, Brand. I know you're a big Halloween boy.
I am.
Should we get this thing started? Should we get to our Halloween games?
Oh, I think we should, Dan. And we have 2 contestants on the line who actually know each other. They're friends who work together at the South Carolina State House.
Sounds like we got a grudge match on our hands. Caller number 1, what's your name? Where are you from?
Richard Pierce, Aiken, South Carolina.
Shout out Aiken, South Carolina.
Richard, what are you dressing up for this Halloween?
I wanted to go with, my traditional routine, which is to appear at everybody's house as a faceless bureaucrat.
Richard is in politics.
Yes.
It sounds like.
It does sound like that.
Well, don't tell the boss. We're actually apolitical. I'm Switzerland, I swear.
Got you.
No partisanship.
That's right. And so you're playing what I would assume to be a colleague. Let's find out who caller number 2 is. Caller number 2, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Trey Walpole. I am currently of Columbia, South Carolina, previously of Powdersville, South Carolina.
Ooh, Powdersville.
Powdersville shout out.
Trey, you got your costume all picked out.
I do. I believe I'm going as the man in the yellow hat from Curious George.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
A classic.
Yeah.
It sounds like he got someone telling him what to dress.
Yeah,
or
was that a volunteer situation?
That would be my almost 2-year-old.
Okay.
There it is.
Yep.
Perfect.
No one is more demanding than a 2-year-old around Halloween.
No one more authoritative.
This is what you're going to do.
That's right. Exactly. All right. We have 2 South Carolinians facing off today, Trey from Powdersville and Richard from Aiken, and they're going to get started with a game we're reprising from last year's Halloween episode.
Yes.
It's one we call Boo What When.
Richard and Trey, these questions are all general trivia about the history of Halloween.
Richard, you get the first question. Throughout history, the holiday of Halloween has been known by other names, including all of the following except A, Witches' Night, B, Demon Dare, C, Snap Apple Night.
I'm going to go with B.
He's going to go with B, Demon Dare, and he is correct.
How about that?
Deep
thought by Richard.
Yeah.
And he got it right. Demon Dare is not one.
That's
Which is crazy. Like,
That's
what is Snap Apple Night?
I will tell you what Snap Apple Night is and where it came from later on in the show.
Very well done. That is a tease.
That's what we call a tease in the biz, guys.
That's season 2, Dan, right there,
season
guys.
2, Dan.
That's good.
Can't stop me. Won't stop me. All right, Trey, your colleague and also, it's a grudge match. So, you got a lot to live up to here. He's got an early lead. Trey, your question here on Boo What When. For centuries, these items were found in the fabric of old buildings across Europe. And by fabric, I mean in the walls. It was common occurrence as an offering to a household deity that many believed warded off demons, ghosts, and witches, who the homeowners didn't want walking in during the season. Are they A, tunics, B, shoes, or C, thank you notes?
Wow. As much as I would like to think that thank you notes were a method of warding off things, I think I'm going to go with shoes.
He's going to go with shoes. He's correct. There it is. Can you imagine, though, if you were like tearing up an old building from like 300 years ago, and in like old Italian, it's like, thank you so much for being a ghost.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for your service.
You dodged that bullet, Trey from Powdersville. It's 1-1 tie game. We're back to Richard here on Boo What Win. Here's your question. According to a National Retail Federation survey in 2022, roughly how many adults will buy a Halloween costume for their pets, which in and of itself is a $710 million a year industry? Is that 1 in 5 adults, 1 in 10 adults, 1 in 15 adults?
Well, keep in mind, I have a costume for my dog. Dan, do you?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. Do what you will with that.
I got to go midstream. B, 1 in 10.
You know what, Richard? You would think that that is correct. It's actually, and this may be the scariest thing you hear all day, 1 in 5 adults buy a costume for their dog. Yeah, big number. That's a lot of adults spending a lot of money on something that the dog will actively hate.
Yeah, they don't like it.
They don't like it, but it's fun.
But the picture.
It's fun.
Think about Instagram.
That's right. All right, Trey, you got a chance to take an early lead here. Here's your next question. While most historians believe the holiday's roots come from Ireland, they also link the tradition of apple bobbing all the way back to this group of people. In a festival honoring Pomona, the goddess of fruit trees, during the festival, people would try to get an apple floating in water with their teeth. Whoever bit the apple first would be the next to get married. Aside from the whole marriage thing, Americans just did as they did, taking the tradition. Is that A, Athenians, B, Etruscans, C, Romans?
All right, let me think this through a little bit. I think I'm going to go with the Romans because this sounds like something you would do at a toga party.
He's going to go with the Romans. He's basically fresh out of college.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, also, there was a big hint at the end of this question. American just did as they did, like do as the Romans do. It is Romans.
He's
That
right.
is correct, and that is what they called Snap Apple Night.
Oh.
Richard, your next question here to tie things up on Boo What Win is right now. This state is the top producing pumpkin state in the United States as of 2020. In that year, they grew over 564 million pumpkins
Oh my gosh.
on their prairie farms, which is as much as the next 5 states on this list combined. Is it A, Illinois, B, Nebraska, C, Montana?
I have to go with A, Illinois.
He has to go with A, Illinois, and he is correct. Wow. Is correct.
That is
Tied it up.
an enormous number of pumpkins.
Yes.
Like, is Illinois all pumpkins?
So it's
We got Chicago's Windy
pumpkins,
City,
that's right.
and then everywhere else, pumpkins.
lot of pumpkins.
Yeah.
Did you get that from the prairie clue or not, Richard?
I like the prairie clue, but I have a lot of cousins that gather in northwestern Illinois every July. And my wife and I were just up there, so I had to go with Illinois.
I love
have
it.
to.
Great. He had to, and he's tied it up. Trey, next question here, some Halloween trivia for you. Bonfires are popular around this time of year, but the origin of the word bonfire is actually terrifying in and of itself. Like it almost belongs on Halloween, like a skeleton or any host of undead decorations with this literal meaning. A, burning of the dead. B, witch's result. C, fire of bones.
This is the definition of bonfire?
Yes.
Oh my
in
gosh.
its original language.
Okay.
Wow. Well, as much as I would love for it just to be a good old tiger burn, I think I'm going to go with A.
He's going to go with A, burning of the dead. He's incorrect.
Whoa.
We're looking for fire of bones.
Fire of bones?
Bonfire.
Yeah, drop that E, bonfire.
Fire of bonds.
Fire of bonds.
Both have missed one. This is a grudge match. The next question is for Richard from Aiken. Here it goes. All of the following celebrities whose work is often associated with Halloween died on Halloween, except A, filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, B, magician Harry Houdini, C, famous horror movie actor Charles Cyphers.
I tell you what, I'm going to go with C, Charles Cyphers, because I just don't know who he is.
Doesn't know who he is. That's fair reasoning. We're looking for Alfred Hitchcock. Really? Didn't die on Halloween.
All right.
All right, Trey, the sound I hear is the door creaking back open. There it is. For you to retake the lead. Here's your question. Because of the rationing of sugar and on the heels of possibly the greatest financial crisis in U.S. history, trick-or-treating was put on pause during this war. World War I, World War II, the Korean War.
So I will give the big shout out to Richard here because his father was a part of the team that landed on Normandy on D-Day. But
Wow.
It's World War II.
Wow.
Shout
it is
out.
World War II. That is correct. And shout out to Richard's father.
Shout out.
Amazing.
Fantastic. We love it. Trey, you have the lead. Richard, we're coming back to you. This is your last question of the round. In 1991, Halloween took on a different look in the upper Midwest in the United States with a large storm, the storm featured in the Clooney film The Perfect Storm, hitting the Atlantic and sending moisture straight from the Gulf of Mexico to the area, causing this historical weather event. Is it A, the abominable snowstorm of 1991, B, the snowpocalypse of 1991, or C, the Halloween blizzard of 1991?
I tell you, gosh, I'm going to go with B, Snowpocalypse of 1991.
That's the best name in my opinion. It's actually the Halloween blizzard.
Just no creativity there with that.
yeah,
name.
just so
I mean,
straightforward.
what day did it happen? On Halloween? Just put it on
It's
there.
pretty strange for Michigan to get that much snow on October 31st.
That's true.
But reading about that storm was fascinating for me, and how
Wow.
it just the Gulf of Mexico just literally went direct north because it was the Atlantic was blocked up.
How about that?
All right, Trey got a chance to take a 2-point lead here. Last question of the round. Here we go. This post-World War II First Lady was the first to decorate the White House for Halloween, which one would assume she liked as much as her husband's nickname. Is that A, Bess Truman, B, Marnie Eisenhower, C, Jackie Kennedy?
Wow. Okay. So any of these three feel like they could be right. But I'm going to go with the patriotic answer. Give me Marnie Eisenhower.
Marnie Eisenhower is correct.
Wow. This is Who What When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my co-host Daniel Thompson, and we're celebrating the spooky season with games about the history of Halloween.
That's right, Bran. Our contestants are Richard and Trey, two friends and co-workers from South Carolina who are facing off today. We'll see how well they do with our next game, one all about candy.
Oh boy, that's coming up right after this break here on Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my good buddy Brandon Gray. In honor of the Halloween season, today we're playing games all about the holiday.
Yes, and before we get back to our games, we want to remind you that you can be a contestant on a future episode of Who What When. I know you have your phone out right now. Just call or text us. 803-470-6347. Or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
Please do. It's a ton of fun. And Brand, this week is no exception. We have two South Carolinians, Richard and Trey, playing with us today. These two are friends who both work at the South Carolina State House. Whoever wins the second round will be named our Who What When champion of the week.
Wow.
And we'll move on to our final game for a chance at a Who What When fanny pack. Are you kidding me right now? We'll have to see who makes it through our next game. It's one we're calling Who Candy It Be Now?
Who can it be now? Trey and Richard, these are multiple choice questions about the history of what some would call the most important part of Halloween. You know it, you love it, it's candy. Give us the right candy, you'll get yourself a point.
Richard is going first in this game. Richard, here's your first question. The first company to market candy corn was the Gerlitz Confectionery Company all the way back in 1898. But they used a different name to appeal to more rural communities, but also somehow making candy corn sound even more disgusting than it is. Was the original name A, Turkey Teeth, B, Chicken Feed, C, Sugar Bullets?
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I got to go with turkey teeth because turkey is the state bird.
Turkey is the state bird, but it's chicken feed. It's chicken feed.
Chicken feed.
Can you
Son
imagine
of a gun.
That was the last one I would think it would be.
I made up turkey teeth because it was the state bird, and I loved the idea of the teeth all being pointed at the end in a, and what cartoons they could draw up.
Richard, do you like candy corn? You can be honest here. It's a safe space.
Candy corn has honey in it, so I really do enjoy it.
I try the candy corn every year to give it another shot, and every year I just can't. I can't with it. It's one of the few candies I just can't get by.
My wife only likes the autumn harvest.
Sure, I know
She
exactly
likes another one, but she likes an autumn harvest, and she likes only one company, Brock's.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Every other
specific.
company is wrong on it.
Yeah.
All right, Trey, a chance to take a pretty commanding lead here. Kids get a lot of candy on Halloween, as the trick-or-treating tradition on Halloween has grown into an American pastime. According to CNN, a Consumer Report noted that the average calorie count for a bag of Halloween candy a kid comes home with is roughly how many calories?
I don't want to know. Trey's got a 2-year-old. Come on.
Is it A, 5,000 calories?
Oh, no.
B, 11,000 calories? C, 17,000 calories.
Please, God, no.
This is the scariest question I think you could possibly ask.
It really is. It's scary.
Oh my goodness. Well, and everybody's got that neighborhood nice old lady that gives out king size candy bars. So I'm going to say that's skewing the number a little bit.
That's true.
I am terrified, but I'm going to go with C.
C, 17,000 calories. 8, almost 9 days of calories for your daily intake. Trey, you're incorrect.
Oh, thank God.
But it is 11,000 calories.
It's still not great. It's still not great.
And this is a freebie for all of you. What my wife and I do with our twin boys is they both go trick-or-treating. They're twins. It's a lot of candy, 22,000 calories worth. We dump it all on the table. We get a bounce house, and we say, eat as much as you want of this candy. But once you're done, it's gone. So, they go nuts. I mean, crazy amounts of candy. They're trying bites of everything. Then they go jump in the bounce house, and we throw it away.
Yeah, or you could do what normal people do, which is let the kids eat the candy, and then at night, you eat the rest of it.
Well, you could also do that with this. You take the candy up, and you put it up, and then you eat it.
I mean,
everybody wins there.
I'm definitely eating, 10,000 of the 11,000 calories. I mean,
it's crazy.
It's a lot of candy.
That you could have $11,000.
That's true about those king-size bars, though.
All right, you got a chance to get back in this thing, Richard. Here's your next question, talking all about candy. The most popular candy on Halloween in America is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Wow.
Typically, all of the following candies follow close behind, except A, Twizzlers, B, M&M's, C, Skittles.
I'm going to go with A, Twizzlers.
Yeah.
He was confident because I felt, as I read it, I was like, this was too easy. Twizzlers is correct.
Listen, if you're out there and you're giving Twizzlers, unless it comes in some sort of bundle where you get an assortment of candies that you can give out, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but no one wants your Twizzlers.
And here comes a scalding hot take, maybe, but no one wants your Twizzlers because they're not red vines. I don't know.
Love the red vines.
Yeah, I love a red vine.
Yeah.
Smooth, vanilla, doesn't taste like wax. It's great.
Dan is never more happy than when we go to the movie theater and red vines are available.
Because they're rarely available.
He loves
red
a red
vines.
vine.
All right, Richard is 1 point closer now. It's making it close. Trey, a chance to get back into a comfortable lead.
Let's see.
In 1960 England, this chewy, fruity candy was named Opal Fruits. To capitalize on the American success of M&M's, they were rebranded M&M's Fruit Chewies.
Oh.
But they really weren't loosed on America until they were rebranded a third time to this in the 1970s. A, Airheads. B, Laffy Taffy. C, Starburst.
Ooh, man. Wow. I thought you were going to throw me a good and plenty here, but those should also be rejected at all costs.
Yeah, it might be worse than candy corn, got to be honest.
Yeah, get out of here.
Give me C, Starburst.
Give him C, Starburst. He's correct.
Yeah. I have said that sentence so many times in my life. Give me Starburst. I love a Starburst.
I did, Trey, you might be too young for it. Their slogan in the 90s was "The juice is loose."
Oh.
and they had to change it for one
don't
particular
understand.
running back of the Buffalo Bills. But the juice is loose was their slogan in the early
about
90s,
that?
and I put loose in the question.
M&M's Fruit Chewies is bad.
M&M's
like I'm
Fruit
thinking
Chewies.
chocolate and then fruit, and I'm all confused. So I'm glad that they've changed the name to Starburst. One of my favorite candies.
I
that
love
candy.
it. Great. The Starburst jelly beans, get out of here.
Unbelievable.
Pink.
Pink
The
is the
best color is
color.
pink. No question about it.
Pink and red. I don't really have a dog in the fight.
That's a scalding take from our producer, A.T. Shire. Pink is the only correct answer.
I like pink and red. I don't.
Red
I-
is not
I-
better.
Okay.
So
all right.
it's a 10 and a 9 too.
Guys,
It's a 10 and a 9
guys,
too.
we have guests.
We have guests. I'm sorry, Richard. Your next question right here on
Who candy it be now?
Who candy it be? Here we go. The first of these wildly popular candies were actually originally exclusively for the U.S. military as an energy boost that would last longer because of their famous candy-coated shell. Is that A, Reese's Pieces, B, M&M's, C, Skittles?
I'm going to go with B, M&M's.
M&M's is correct.
There you go.
Is correct.
Richard's on a little bit of a roll right now.
Little bit of
Maybe
a
a
roll.
Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Because of the candy.
Yeah, this is a great story that we've told on History
Yes, we
Story
have.
before about the M&Ms being straight.
And I'm sure that's how Richard knows it as well. Big fan of the show.
Big fan of the show, Richard. That's exactly right. Here we go. Next question for Trey. Here you go. Before creating this chocolate but chewy treat he named after his daughter's nickname, Leo Hirschfeld invented something called Bromangelon jelly powder, which didn't take off, but paved the way for what we now know as Jell-O. Is it A, Kit Kat, B, Rolo, C, Tootsie Roll?
So the guy who created Jell-O also created one of these.
Yeah, and it
Okay,
was
got it.
named after his daughter's nickname.
Okay, got it.
Which good for him.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
what
shout
a
out.
guy.
What a life. What a
Contributing
legacy.
to society.
That's right.
Holy cow. But in the words of a great 90s rapper, let me have the Tootsie Roll.
Well,
That's
let's
right.
try to quote it correctly,
clear
Trey.
my throat.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Let me get that Tootsie Roll, I believe is the phrase.
Want to see that Tootsie Roll. That's exactly right.
There you go.
That is correct. The answer is Tootsie Roll, Trey. You're back on the board.
What do you think about them, the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls? What do you think about
They're
those?
better than the regulars. in my opinion.
Really?
I love a vanilla Tootsie Roll.
Wow, that's...
They're not great. None of them are great.
I think what's interesting about a Tootsie Roll is it is a candy that I've never once bought. But if it's available, I
in.
will take one and enjoy it.
I consume a Tootsie Roll once a year. It's when my kids bring home Halloween candy because it's prevalent.
Yeah,
in
I don't mind a
Rolls.
Tootsie Roll.
That's right. All right, Richard, it's game time. You got to start getting some of these right to have a chance. He's on a roll. Let's get it done. William Morrison partnered with confectioner John C. Wharton to devise a force machine to turn sugar into fairy floss, which would later be changed to what we now know as cotton candy. It's also hysterical to think of Morrison's profession, knowing that he's more known for his candy. A, physician. B, dentist. C, Marine Staff Sergeant.
I tell you what, I'm going to go with B, dentist.
He's going to go with B, dentist, and he is correct again.
Man,
He is right.
that is 3 in a row by Richard and somehow still behind.
still behind.
But Trey only up by 1, still anyone's game. A few questions left. I'm excited to see how this plays out, Dano.
All right, Trey, here we go. Your next question here, all about candy. Who candy it be now? In 1921, Curtis Candy Company released the Baby Ruth candy bar, which was actually a new formula of candy bar they used to sell, the candy cake. Most everyone believed the candy bar was named after baseball superstar Babe Ruth. But when Babe Ruth announced he was launching his own candy bar, Curtis claimed he couldn't because of brand confusion and won that case, as the Baby Ruth bar was actually named after the daughter of this former president. Wow. A, Benjamin Harrison. B, Grover Cleveland. C, William McKinley.
Man. First off, Babe Ruth can enjoy what happened with his career for the Yankees, but we all know he's a Red Sox at heart.
Oh, my God.
But
That was out of left.
I'm going to go with A.
I'm going to go with A, Benjamin Harrison. We're looking for Grover Cleveland.
Wow.
So the sad part of this story is Baby Ruth was what he called his daughter. His daughter passed away.
Okay.
And
Created
then
this candy.
and this
legacy?
company wanted to shout out and like show the support and sympathy.
Sure.
And so it was a big deal when Babe Ruth tried to take fame for it. And still to this day, most people think that Babe Ruth is the
Sure.
impetus
Yeah.
behind.
That would have been a good history of his story, Dan. There's a lot there.
A great one.
And it's not very often that somebody beats Babe Ruth.
Yes,
Babe Ruth
yes.
trying to do something and gets beat. What a story.
We
That's-
already
that's
did the
fascinating.
Babe Ruth
Babe
Babe Ruth episode.
Love that Babe Ruth.
This fun fact / full story I didn't get in there, so kudos to me. All right, that leaves the door open. We're really doing it now.
This is big.
2 questions left.
Yep.
Richard's last question, and he's 1 point
That's right.
behind.
So he
Trey.
gets this one right, tie
ball game.
and then it's all up to Trey. So
Here we
this is
go.
big. This is to put all the
Man.
pressure on Trey if Richard gets this one right.
Here we go. This hard fruity candy that appears in a variety of flavors was originally square-shaped, just like most mints of the time. Then creator Clarence Crane visited a pharmacy and witnessed a machine making pills that were round and flat. The rest is history. Is that A, Sweet Tarts, B, Lifesavers, C, Now and Laters?
Well, I'm going to go with Lifesavers.
Lifesavers is correct.
Wow.
He goes into a place that makes pills. His thing looked like a pill, but then he loved the idea of a round pill saving a life like a pill would.
There you
It's
go.
fantastic.
How about
Richard
that?
has tied it up
This is big.
with one
What a
question
comeback
to go.
by
Yeah,
Richard.
it looked late early.
Great down the stretch by
absolutely.
Richard.
He was down 3 in this category.
All the pressure is on Trey. If Trey gets this right, he moves on to the finals all by himself. If he gets it wrong, we have 2 people going to the finals to duke it out for that fanny pack. The stakes literally could not be higher on today's Who What When.
All right, let's see if Trey can make Powdersville proud here. In Japan, Nestle offers Kit Kat bars flavored like this alcoholic beverage, enveloped in white chocolate and roughly 1% ABV. Is that A, plum wine, B, sake, C, Japanese whiskey?
Oh, man. Oh, that's sneaky. I think I have to go with sake, right?
He's going to go with the answer that you would think it would be, and he's correct.
Oh!
I'll take it.
Wow.
He is correct.
Unbelievable.
What a game. What a game.
Richard with the comeback, and unfortunately, it was all for naught. What a game by both of these
What a
competitors.
game.
Trey
Yeah.
pulling out at the end. Unbelievable. Richard, thank you so much for coming. Happy Halloween to you. Anything you want to say before you leave?
Listen, thank you so much. I am a huge fan of the show, and you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
We'll keep listening and pulling for you.
Thank you,
Richard, God bless you.
Richard.
Thank you so much, sir.
This is Who What When. I'm Brandon Gray here with my friend Daniel Thompson. And in honor of Halloween, we're playing history games fit for the holiday.
Our contestant Trey from South Carolina just beat his friend Richard for the title of Who What When Champion of the Week. But that's not all. He now has just one game in between him and our weekly prize. That prize, the sweet, sweet Who What When fanny pack.
Oh boy, we'll see if we can do it after this break here on Who What When.
Welcome back to Who What When, an hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson. That's my buddy Brandon Gray.
Hello.
We're talking Halloween, Brand.
We sure are, and I think we have a special guest with us today. It's a little bit hard to tell because he's wearing a costume, but
Yes.
I think that this is our producer, A.T. Shire.
That is correct. Yeah.
Our producer, A.T. Shire, occasionally he loves to pop in and quiz.
He loves to
When
pop in
I
and
live
quiz.
to quiz. I
He
live to
lives-
quiz.
That's
But
right.
today I live to dress up.
What
okay?
are you wearing?
Yeah.
Can I ask that?
Yeah, just describe it.
Yeah, I got some bolts on my neck.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah. I got some big clawby feet. You know, my skin is green. That is unrelated to my costume, but my skin is green.
Ah, there he is.
It's a dietary thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going for Frankenstein.
Can I-
Okay.
Well, and you have
Oh.
it's weird because you have this middle thing that looks like it says Sam Adams on it and a handle, and you're going for Frankenstein. Like
yeah,
Frankenstein
Stein,
of beer.
yeah. It's a before and
It's a
after
before and
sort
after
of
the quiz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live to quiz. I live to dress up. I have a dietary issue. Anyway, guys, I'm here because we're gonna do a little Halloween take it or leave it that we're calling Trick or Treat.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so if we're
taking
going to take it, we're going to say treat?
Yeah, it's
Correct.
a treat.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a treat because
Yeah,
we
we're
like
not
it.
getting
and
tricked.
if you don't like it, you
That's-
trick it.
that's
That's right.
trick.
We trick it.
Okay, so first up, are you tricking or treating trick or treating?
This is a great question.
Yeah.
You're treating it.
I'm
right?
treating it. I think
Yeah.
it's a wonderful activity to once a year go around, say hi to a neighbor, and get some candy out of the deal. I think it's a win for all involved.
I'm treating it, but as a kid, I wasn't allowed to trick or treat. Didn't trick or treat
So
until I
sad.
literally had kids. Pretty religious household, and we didn't trick or treat. But my kids freaking love it, and on that alone, I'm here for it. Yeah.
I might be tricking it. It's kind of lame in
Wait,
my
yeah,
opinion.
wait till your kids older.
Getting free candy is so lame.
Free candy, dressing up.
Having fun, lots of merriment. Hate it.
Yeah, get out of here.
Next up, those sweet, sweet Happy Meal Halloween buckets from when we were kids.
I'll trick it.
Yeah.
I'll trick it. It's like whatever. It's whatever to me.
I'm honestly shocked at your reaction to this.
I was so bad at caring about containers. When I got the Halloween Happy Meal, which was rare, but when I got one, I immediately disposed of the bucket. Didn't care at all.
I am floored by this
Yeah.
answer as a 30-something millennial.
It's a
I'm
trick.
sorry.
It's a trick
Sorry
for me,
to
dog.
disappoint you.
Next up, are you tricking or treating scary movies?
Treat
We're
city
tri-
population. us.
one of Dan and my favorite activities
Yeah.
is to go to the movie theater and see a scary movie.
That's right.
There's nothing quite like
Big bucket of popcorn.
being in a full theater seeing a scary movie.
It's the best.
It's the best way to see a movie.
Do we have favorite scaries?
You and I saw The Conjuring with a big bucket of popcorn and a buddy who couldn't contain himself. It was
He was having a tough go.
must see
Was
TV.
he screaming?
He was
scared?
rocking back and forth.
Yeah, very
He was
nervous.
standing up. He had to lead. He
Yeah.
was very nervous
Yeah.
throughout the film. One of my favorite movie going experiences of all time.
I loved it. It was so much fun.
Okay, next up, I'm very interested in this. Are you tricking or treating fun-sized candy bars?
Okay, so for me, absolute trick. It's not real. It's fake. I just got started with this bad boy. And then you're pulling the wool out from under me. The rug out even. The wool over, the rug out.
Well, it's
a rug wool situation.
all of it can be true.
My eyes were blinded to how much candy I had.
Yeah,
in
then
the
your rug came right on out.
But for my kids, it's perfect because they only need that much.
As
You know
a
what I mean?
parent, you're treating this.
Parent treat, personal trick.
I like it for myself as well because, when I eat a full-size candy bar, I kind of feel like I maybe shouldn't have had the whole thing.
But if you eat 12
if I eat 12
fun-size Snickers,
there's no way for me to know
nothing in the rule
what
book.
that is
Yeah.
in full-size candies, and so I feel fine about it. So I'm treating it all the way around.
Wow, interesting. Next up, are you tricking or treating R.L. Stein?
Dude,
Wow.
you know what?
dude, your brother.
Shout out to my brother who growing up was such a big Goosebumps fan that he memorized the titles of the Goosebumps
Order?
book in order.
So you could just call out a number like Josh 61, and he would tell you the title.
So Josh, just if you're listening to this on a Saturday morning,
61.
Yeah, 61.
Say cheese and die.
But I also just recently watched the Goosebumps movies with my kids. They loved them. And I'm reading a Goosebumps book to my kid right now, and he's having a blast with it. I am treating R.L. Stein to a great day.
One of my twin boys' favorite movies is the Jack Black Goosebumps movie. It's for the last 2 years, favorite movie every Halloween, wants to watch it every weekend. On that alone, got to treat it.
Shout out R.L. Stein.
Shout out.
Shout out R.L.
Okay, next up, are you tricking or treating houses that give you non-candy?
No one is treating this, AT. This is the definition of a trick.
If anybody is on board with this,
Get out of here. We're not just don't give
it's
anything.
not the time, Carol.
It's not the time.
It's not the time.
It's not the time for your
No.
fruit. It's not
Put
the time.
the candy in the
Yeah.
bag.
It's not the time for your toothbrush.
No.
It's not the time for any of it.
It's not the time for any of it. None of it. That's right.
Give me candy or give me death.
Unless it's like an adult trick or treat, I'm getting like a Leatherman, or
or
something I
like-
can
Now,
use.
Leatherman.
A Leatherman trick or treat.
Yeah, or when I was growing up, when I told you the story. When I was growing up,
That's food, though.
I know, but
Okay.
this is different.
This is the best.
There was a street behind my street, and a guy every year,
Classic already.
a guy every year would give out, if you wanted, a brat. He
Yo!
would give me a
Doing
brat.
brats.
And
Yeah.
I'm not condoning it. It's like if someone offers you a brat
Don't take
on
it.
Halloween,
No.
I don't know.
There might be razor
The
blades in
90s,
it.
the 90s were different.
But I felt fine about it,
Yeah.
and I would house some brats.
Yeah, you
so
would.
it just depends, I guess.
On a cold winter night, a nice warm
nice
brat.
hot
I mean, I
brat.
grew up in Florida. It
Yeah.
was not
Yeah.
cold.
Sure.
But
Still.
yeah, I still will take
Hot
your brat.
yeah.
Hot brat.
Okay, next up, the Monster Mash. Are you tricking or treating it?
I will I'll treat it like once a season, but it wears out its welcome pretty quickly.
My kids don't even like this song.
Yeah.
It's a definite trick.
It's
for
probably
me.
a trick.
Now,
It's
some
probably a
traditions need to die, and that's one of them.
I
don't
feel like
need any
Mariah
monster
Carey
mash.
just needs to cover
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
then
Oh,
it'll be
man.
big, right?
Ha,
Wow, we got her.
Yeah.
Oh, we got her on the line.
On the line. It's
Insane.
crazy.
Mash.
Okay, next up, are we tricking or treating jack-o'-lanterns?
I got to be honest with you. I'm tricking them. I like to see. I like to see a jack-o'-lantern.
I understand.
The process of
Oh, I don't want to make
carving-
one. That's not what he said. Just in general, jack-o'-lanterns
I'm
for
fine with-
Halloween.
I'm
fine with
giving
this tack.
clarification.
Okay.
To do it myself, to carve, to pull the guts out, all of that. It's a big fat trick for me. But I like
fat
to
trick.
see others. I like to see them, but I don't want any. I'm done with it.
What I want to do is my wife roasts the pumpkin seeds out of when we do the pumpkin carving. She takes the pumpkin seeds out, roasts them, get some fun seasoning on there.
Very sustainable.
I want that. Yeah, I want to see horror movies where jack-o'-lanterns come to life, and I want to see jack-o'-lanterns lit up on people's steps. Do I want to make one? I don't. So in weighing all the evidence, I'm going to treat it.
Okay, fun. Next up, are we tricking or treating haunted houses?
I'm treating them.
I'm treating them too.
I never got to go as a kid, and so just the idea of them is fun. And also the idea of like Larry, who has to just bring the chainsaw out and scare someone 1,000 times a night, and that's his gig. He
Your arms
punches
are
in,
getting tired.
Punches in, punches out. It's a thankless job, and to really gear up and have motivation for every scare. Good, attaboy, Larry.
Growing up in Florida, I would occasionally, a couple of times go to the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios, and it is phenomenal.
Is that a haunted house?
There's multiple haunted houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
I clearly, I've never been, and you're showing your privilege here. But
That's
go,
right. Yeah,
go on.
we went to Universal every week.
Yeah.
Just this guy.
It's the one privilege you get by living in Florida.
Hot haunted houses for Brand in Florida. He's treating them.
That's right. Big treat.
Next up, costumes. Are you tricking or treating them?
So I have never dressed up for Halloween in my life. Literally,
You never went
I've
trick-or-treating.
never put on and even when I go with my kids, Brandon and I just walk the streets. I don't dress up. My kids have a blast. I'm treating them for my kids who absolutely love them, but for me, it's a trick.
Yeah, I am also. I'm going to treat it for my kids, but I don't know.
Brand, I got to point out, most episodes you do
You
show up in a
dress up
costume.
in
That
theme.
wasn't what we were
every
talking about.
Episode for this
I
show.
don't want to walk around.
You want to sit in a studio.
I want to sit in a nice air
With the
conditioned
spiders,
studio with
yeah.
the spiders,
Yeah.
which, by the way, we're getting them. And I don't want any part of it.
I get it, okay, Brand. You don't want to feel like you're at work when you're out trick or treating.
Exactly
That's right.
right.
That's right.
Exactly right. Thank you for putting it.
Good clarification.
Do you guys have an age cutoff for dressing up for Halloween? What do you think?
I think you can dress up
For life?
I think it's one night a year. If you want to be
9 to 99?
if you want to be, 25 years old and dress up and go get candy, go get candy.
What
man.
about
I don't care.
Well, really, you think trick
Get
or treating?
candy. I don't
Trick or treating as a
I don't
25 year
care.
old?
Yeah, whatever. Do your thing.
I might have a
personally don't
problem.
care, but I probably as long as you're still in school, I think you should be able to do it.
Last one here. Are you trick or treating? Ghouls. Answer the question.
Give me another go. Give it to me again.
Are you tricking or treating ghouls?
Oh man, if I've been asked it once, I've been asked it 1,000 times.
I gotta be honest.
I'm tricking them ghouls. I'm tricking them ghouls.
This might be, my naivete showing here, but I'm not completely sure what a ghoul is.
I had to look it up. It's very similar to a zombie.
You know what?
It's
No, I'll hit you with a.
All right, hit me with that,
A specter. Well, how do you feel about a specter?
tricking or treating them specters.
I'll trick it.
The anti-specter and ghoul bias on
It's
this show.
crazy.
is
It's
showing really bad.
crazy.
But
Sorry.
thank you for having me, guys.
Happy
We could call this
Halloween, buddy.
Ghoul What Win.
Ghoul What Win
Weird.
would be a banger segment.
Yeah,
we
write
should.
that down.
We'll have that for Halloween 3. Let's go see if Trey can win, guys. All right.
can't
Let's
wait.
do it. Welcome back to Who What When, South Carolina Public Radio's hour of history, games, and trivia. I'm Daniel Thompson here with my co-host Brandon Gray, and this week we're celebrating the Halloween season.
And before we get started on our final round, we want to remind you that you can join us for a future episode of this program. It's not scary at all. Call or text us 803-470-6347, or you can send us an email to whowhatwhen@scpublicradio.org.
Our contestant Trey from South Carolina won our 2 first rounds and is officially now the Who What Win Champion of the Week. Congrats. He now has a chance to play for the big money, and that money is a sweet, sweet Who What Win fanny pack. Trey, what are you most excited about when it comes to the fanny pack?
I think it's got to be the quick access to Band-Aids for potential sprinting during trick-or-treating.
Yeah, this guy gets it. You got to have a Band-Aid. When you got a 2-year-old, Band-Aid.
And Trey better than me, because I'd be thinking about the candy that I can put in it, but he's thinking about, protecting his kid. So that's nice.
Good for him. All right, Trey, we're just one game away from that fanny pack. It's one we play a lot around here. It's History or His Story. Ghosts, Grave Robbers, and the Great Depression edition.
Wow, Trey, here's how the game's going to work. Former history teacher Dan has 3 stories from history that are almost too hard to believe. 2 of these stories are 100% historical fact. For the other, Dan has combined some facts with details that are completely made up, aka it's his story. And after each question, you're going to have a chance to talk it through with me. We can ask Dan some questions. And after all 3 stories, you're going to have to tell us which one is Dan's lie.
Trey, are you ready for story number 1?
Hit me.
This is called the Stolen Corpse Riot. The Stolen Corpse Riot.
I'm in.
Modern New York City, as we know it, was originally finished in 1898. As New York City was being constructed, it was unfortunately done so on the backs of the poor, the newly freed people of color, and the newly arriving immigrants. If you were poor, didn't own land, weren't white, you may not have been treated as poorly as those folks were in the South, but there was a lower standing attributed to New York City after the Civil War. One aspect of this low standing was a lack of burial for their dead within city limits. Bodies of these people were buried in 2 marked burial grounds, both near Columbia College, which housed the only school of medicine in the area. Due to superstition at the time, it became very difficult to procure corpses for the med school at Columbia to dissect in order to learn more about the human body. Many med schools would practice resurrectionism, which was a nice way of saying body snatching. Stealing a corpse from a grave was the quickest, cheapest way to get a new cadaver for exploration. Grave robbing usually had to occur in the winter and shortly after the deceased was buried in order to make sure the body hadn't decomposed too much. In the winter of 1788, there was a massive increase in the number of stolen corpses in New York City. A group of freedmen noticed these exhumations happening and petitioned Common Council to take action, but they did nothing. April 1788, a group of children were playing outside of New York Hospital, next to the room of Dr. Richard Bailey. Bailey's student, John Hicks, was dissecting a human arm when he noticed the children playing outside. Hicks opened the window, waved the corpse's arm out the window, and the children, telling one of the children that the arm belonged to his mother, who had recently deceased. The boy went home and told his father what happened, and this father immediately went out to his wife's grave. Upon finding no body, he gathered a group of citizens, marched to the hospital, and began to gather around each of the entry points. The mob eventually broke into the hospital, finding several bodies that had been dug up, pulled all of the medical students out into the street. The mayor of New York City, James Duane, intervened and ordered all students' workers to be escorted to the jailhouse for their own protection. 2,000 people had gathered at the hospital, and word of mouth began to spread regarding what was happening in New York. Widespread rioting occurred. All doctors in NYC had to go into hiding. The riots lasted for 3 days until the governor of New York called in the state militia. That is story number 1.
Wow. So, did they just send a couple folks down there with binoculars, just keeping an eye on when a fresh body was getting buried? What do you know the process there?
So you have knowledge of a burial because it's happening, and then you're right out the window of those burials.
Okay.
And so that lines up pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And did no one at any point in time see, pretty weird to be bringing a body into a hospital like that? Was anybody like, hey, I think they're bringing dead people into the hospital?
I think that everyone that would have said that probably wouldn't have been in a position to do anything.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it was the 1700s.
Trey, what about you? Any questions about this? What are your thoughts?
Wow. So I guess is there anything about how maybe the cemeteries or mass grave locations were involved in all this?
Well, they were just outside city limits. And so that was because they were shallow graves. And so did they put them beside the hospital on purpose? I don't know for sure, but that sounds pretty plausible.
All right.
We ready?
I think that clears it up for me.
All right, clears it up for Trey. Here we go. The second story is called The Railway Ghost. Let me welcome you to the Gilded Age, Brand's favorite time in American history.
Let's go!
This was a time in American history from roughly 1865 to 1900 that included rapid economic expansion, industrialization, but also a widening gap between the rich and the poor. During this time, the number one means of transportation was still the railroad. The Transcontinental Railroad was completed in the 1860s. Traveling by rail car was for the elite, made possible by former slaves, Chinese and Irish. Railways were also quite dangerous for a number of reasons. The construction used made it easy to get stuck on the tracks. Railway towns and railway companies had to have special railway surgeons that were well versed in fixing broken limbs caused by extricating limbs from the railway to avoid death by rail car. John Stone, a signalman for the Union Pacific Railroad Company in Aurora, Nebraska, stayed in rail boxes on the side of the track before each train would pull into the station, and they would check for a red or green flag on each rail car to determine if the car was still together or if there was a problem on the track. In 1871, there was a string of deaths by railway in the surrounding area. 2 railway workers, 3 children, and 1 man had all died within the span of a week in September of 1871. John Stone believed there was a death ghost following them around. After the 4th death, he went to the nearest paper, which was the Omaha News, to tell his tale. John had seen what he called an apparition on each day of death. It was a hunched person, didn't identify as man or woman, with a hooded cloak on the track that would disappear as a train approached. The apparition was also accompanied by his bell making a different sound. No one else heard this sound. Stone wanted the railway shut down for fear of more deaths to come. The Union Pacific declined his request. After the 5th death and 3rd child, John resigned his post as signalman on September 26th. Stone sat on the tracks and refused to move to let the train leave the station. He was forcibly removed by security for Union Pacific. That day was the 6th death in the string of deaths John Stone never heard from again.
Just to be as clear as possible here, Dan, John Stone believed that there was a ghost out there killing people.
There was an apparition that would show up as a sign before someone else was going to die.
Yeah,
and after
maybe
4,
not responsible for the death.
no,
but
like an omen. Yeah, and on the 4th one, he went and told.
Yeah,
they,
okay.
They said, we don't care. We're not going to do anything about it. And after the 5th one, he sat on the tracks. And then when he left the tracks, 6th one happened, and he was never heard from again.
There's a lot there. Kind of a bummer. Bit of a bummer there.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's a bummer history.
Imagine,
we talked about candy. We got to bring it down.
Imagine though, you get to the afterlife, whatever it is, and you are given assignment as ghost, and your assignment is, hey, we'll let you know when someone's about to die. You go down there and just be like, what?
Maybe he was a ghost that actually died.
Maybe. All I'm saying is, like, he's just keeps showing up anytime his assignment is let him know what's about to happen. Let him know.
Yeah.
If someone sees you, they'll know.
That's right.
That's a tough assignment.
Tough assignment.
Yeah.
Trey, what are you thinking?
Man, I'll tell you what, other than thinking of the cinematic classics, The Ring, where, the phone may start ringing, and TV and all that stuff. I mean, wow, good gracious. Where again was this happening?
This was in Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah,
okay.
tracks.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We got one more. Everybody ready?
I'm ready.
This story is called The Depressing Haunted House.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So you don't need a recap of the Great Depression, but I might give you one. It's a time of great economic and social change in our country that affected and changed the United States forever. After the stock market crashed in 1929 and the subsequent election of FDR in 1932, the United States incorporated many government programs that made the government a more active participant in the lives of day-to-day citizens than ever before. For one, Social Security, unemployment benefits, welfare, and many more all became a common part of life in the United States. It also, weirdly enough, Brand, changed Halloween. Halloween had been an American pastime long before the Great Depression. It was considered the only night of year where boys could blow off steam or get away with silly pranks and antics without fear of retribution. Like the Purge, but without the killing. In 1933, as the country was at a low point in morale and financially, Halloween antics began to get out of hand. There was an instance called Black Halloween. Teenagers began committing serious acts of vandalism. Hundreds of cars flipped over, telephone poles sawed off, causing massive electricity outages in major cities, looting, stealing, and rioting, all done in the name of Halloween.
Well, that doesn't sound like teenagers.
Doesn't sound like them at all. No way. After Black Halloween, many major cities considered banning Halloween altogether. While banning the holiday never caught on, this frustration did become the mother of invention for new Halloween activities. Neighborhoods would work together to create the first American haunted house attractions, giving a place for folks to feel a little scared and let out that rage. They weren't for profit, but done as a means to give teenagers a good time on Halloween.
It's a nonprofit.
Without destruction. Above board nonprofit.
board.
One house in the neighborhood would be transformed by hanging old fur and strips of raw liver all over the walls so that when kids felt walls in the dark, they would freak out. Parents would set up around the dark house, creating weird moans and howls. Damp sponges were left on the floor and hairnets hung down from the ceiling. These houses were the centerpiece of the neighborhood festivities that also included costume parties and, yes, for the first time, trick-or-treating.
Okay.
That is the end of story number 3.
Well, you know the old saying, the Great Depression is the mother of all invention, and I love a good haunted house. This makes sense to me.
Okay.
This makes sense. Yeah. People, folks are struggling. Let's give them something. This is good, clean, aside from the liver, fun. And I could absolutely see this happening. This is the first of the two that I feel really good about.
Really good about it
personally.
being
right.
true.
What about you, Trey? Are you kind of feeling the same way?
Other than, I'm in the same vein for sure. I think that there's an absolute terrifying fear of taking my children to Carowin, Carowin situation.
Yeah.
Where, hey, if you're young enough, you get candy, but if you're old enough, we're going to ask you to touch liver hanging from the walls.
Right.
All right, Trey, here are those stories again. Story number 1, how medical students in 1700s New York caused a riot by stealing corpses to practice on. Story number 2, how a signalman for the Union Pacific Railway Company tried to warn others about what he called a death ghost. And story number 3, how an increase in Halloween night vandalism during the Great Depression led to the creation of neighborhood haunted houses and trick-or-treating in the United States. Those are the 3 stories. Trey, it's now time to see if you win a Who What When fanny pack. Which story is my story?
A lot of pressure here. I will say this. I think that historically, I am going to lean that your story is number 3 because of the cost of building materials, the upkeep, and things like that going through the Great Depression.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with story number 3.
Brian, what were you going with?
Well, I actually had the same thought while you were talking, Trey. Like, this is a waste of good liver, right?
It's a waste of great liver.
I do still kind of feel like that's something that people might come together to do for the community, right? Like, let's do something. Let's put on a show, so to speak.
Put on a show.
Give people a good time during a trying time. I struggle because number 2 is like, I don't know. It's like a hard one to really prove. It's like just some dude being like, I saw a ghost. So I don't know. I bet he did. So I'm going to go with number 1. I'm going to say that number 1 is your story, Dan.
Okay.
As much as I can see this happening, you know what? I've talked myself out of it. I'm going number 2. I'm going to go with Trey. Nope. I'm going to go number 2.
Are you
I'm
okay?
going to go number 2. The spiders are throwing me off. They're freaking me out. I'm going to go number 2. The guy, the ghost car, the ghost train.
Stolen corpse riot.
No.
I'm
going ghost train.
Ghost train.
Number 2.
Got it.
I'm going number 2 is your story.
The railway ghost. Got it.
Yes.
All right. Let's start with the stolen corpse riot then, shall we? This is a very unfortunate true story.
Okay,
and
good. I mean, not good for them. Good. I talked myself out of it. Hello, it's your hand.
That's crazy. But unfortunately, that was kind of the times, which is not great. The Railway Ghost, the story that Brand chose.
Yep.
That is my story.
Oh,
It's my story.
Man.
Wow.
So the haunting depression house basically was we'll put this one house in the neighborhood together. Liverwall is real, and that saves us money over a bunch of broken cars. And
Yeah.
stuff. The Railway Ghost, here's what makes that tricky is John Stone is a real dude who worked on the railroad in the 1830s. He then owned an inn, and he believed there was an inn in the late 1800s that was some shady ghost business going on. But the story about him seeing an apparition on the rail tracks, not
6 dead people, never happened.
No, never happened.
Okay. How
Brandon
about that?
got there. It took him 8 tries, but he
it
got
wasn't
there.
pretty. It probably wasn't nice to listen to, but I got there.
You got there. Trey, I saw your rationale totally.
100%.
So it's kind of heartbreaking you're not going home with a fanny pack, but nevertheless,
we don't give out fanny packs for rationale.
That's right,
You
we
know
don't.
what I mean?
And you're serious about that.
Yeah.
You've been a great contestant, Trey. Thanks for playing and having some fun with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Really love the show. Y'all keep up the good work.
Thank
Happy
you.
Halloween,
Happy
everybody.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
It's time for us to put away our jack-o'-lanterns because we've come to the end of our Halloween episode. Thanks again to our callers Trey and Richard for playing with us. And congratulations again to Trey for being this week's Who What Win champion.
Our producer is A.T. Shire, and our executive producer is Sean Birch, who will gladly take any Halloween candy that you don't want. This show is a production of South Carolina Public Radio and is made possible in part by listener contributions to the ETV Endowment of South Carolina.
You can join us for a future episode of Who What Win. Just call or text us at 803-470-6347 or send us an email to whowhatwin@scpublicradio.org.
You can find more about the show at our website, whowhatwinshow.org.
And you can listen to extended versions of the show on your favorite podcast app or through your smart speaker.
I'm Daniel Thompson.
And I'm Brandon Gray. Join us again next week for more history, games, and trivia right here on Who What Win?